Alright guys, welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video, and as of today we are at 1 million pre-registered users. That is actually so hype. However, we still need to make it up to 10 million pre-registered users. We do have until December for those pre-registrations according to the App Store. Now the game could come out sooner than that, could come out later than that. Hard to say, we'll have to see what ends up happening, but as of right now, they are saying that the game is going to come out in December 5th specifically, okay? So if you guys want to pre-register, if you want to get these free rewards, go check out my other video on how to do that. I will link it down in the description. Now, the purpose of today's video is to talk about what is going to happen after global launches, what banners are going to come out, what characters are going to come out, what characters you should pull for, what events are going to come out, and all of that other information. So with that said, let's get into it. We are over here on the JJK Phantom Parade wiki. This is a very good resource if you want a timeline of what to expect in the game. I will link this down in the description as well. But essentially at the launch of the game, we'll be getting these banners right here. And this event, story event, Boundaries of Nostalgia. The story events are very simple. You move along a board, you beat the bosses, you get rewards. Okay, it's not super complicated. And then you get these things called memories or residues. I think they're actually called residues. I don't know if they're gonna, change the name to memories on global. We'll see, but like as far as I know, they're called residues technically. But you'll be able to get these residues at the launch of the game, as well as general pool units. You'll also be able to get a 2 million players achieved SSR guaranteed pay summon. Potentially, I imagine we'll get the same thing or something similar, right? 1 million players achieved SSR guaranteed ticket. Pickup gacha, small fry, and reverse retribution. This is where you're going to be able to summon for the new Junpei. He will be the first non-general pool SSR character to release that you can pull for. Honestly, he's not a great character. He is like a skip character. So the first character to release on global outside of the general pool, I would actually skip on. These residues are okay. I do believe this one's an event residue, which you get from the map event, Great Sorcerer Battle, Sacred Mountain Edition 1. And this one will be the summonable residue here. They're okay. I mean, they're not anything too crazy. I think this one's better than the event one, of course. And that's what you would expect right after the launch of the game on global, unless they change the order once again. And then the big banner that you're going to want to save for, you're probably going to want to genuinely, you want to skip this banner. You don't care about this character because of what comes next. The next banners are going to have these SR characters, right, from Jujutsu Kaisen 0, as well as then you're going to have these banners where you're going to have the new Yuta. Yuta to this day is still a top tier carry, like absolutely insane for the JP side of the game. Like, just to show you guys, I have a tier list pulled up here from the wiki. Yuta is still double S tier for a damage character. He is that freaking good. So if you can, you are going to want to summon on that Yuta. Think of him as the first character to release on global that you're actually going to want to pull for. So that gives you a little bit of time, about a month from release, to try to save up some cursed crystals to be able to pull on that particular banner. You're also going to have some stories in here featuring Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and a map event as well. So some really good stuff there. Additionally, we should be getting 3 million players achieved, where you'll get basically a free summon, hopefully, at some point. And then we have some login events, some pickup gachas and stuff like that. This memory right here is pretty good. Geto is okay. And then as we continue down, we have the Night Parade of 100 Demons gift, another 3,000 kaiju. Kaiju, I think it's just cursed crystals. I don't know how that translates, actually. I call them cursed crystals. I don't know if that's the actual translation or not, but 3,000 free points to summon with, or basically a free multi. You are also going to have now the story event towards the end of that month, the second month, where you're going to be able to work towards a free residue. It is this residue right here, and that residue is actually not terrible. And you're also going to have the gacha for the new Megami. This Megami is insanely good. I did pull him on JP. I played with him quite a bit, and this residue as well that you can summon for. Both of those are actually fairly decent, and Megami to this day is still a very good support at the top of double S tier. So you are going to kind of get 2 SSR characters within a month that are going to be very good, right? So the second month after global launches, you will be looking at the Yuta. You can skip Geto, and then you're going to be looking at that Megami. He's going to be very good Megami right there. So you want to make sure you pull for him if you can. Following that, in the 3rd month, we are going to be getting a Agile Body Itadori. This Itadori is actually a decent character. He's not like the top of the tiers like the last 2 characters that we talked about, but he is still decent. If we go to the damage category, he is S tier. He was needed for a little bit to beat part of the story when the story released. So if they're releasing the story in the same order that they released on JP, he will kind of be essential for beating part of the story. He's very helpful. So you might actually need him at the time. We'll see. That's where main story update chapter 10 released. He was needed for chapter 10, so he could help you out a lot with chapter 10. Moving on, you also have these new residues. You have these this new story event, as well as a pickup gacha for this Gojo right here. This Gojo was very, very good, still very good to this day. So you might want to, like, if you can swing it, skip this Itadori and then summon on Gojo. Like, Gojo is very, very good. Okay, like if we go here, Gojo still double S tier. So a lot of really good characters kind of releasing back to back to back, but we do have a few skips in here, so that's helpful that, you know, at least you know who to skip. Like, this Itadori is good, but in comparison to Gojo, you probably want to skip on Itadori, right? So just keep that in mind. Next up for the next month, we have this 4 million players achieved, 3,000 cursed crystals. Once again, I don't know if we'll get the same thing because we're going to have a different amount of players for global. Obviously, we might get different rewards, but they should give us some sort of rewards similar to what they've given out here. And then we have a powerful enemy versus Iso and Ketchuzi. I'm probably saying those wrong. I apologize if I am. A pickup gacha, Fraternal Bond. And as we continue down, map event, Great Sorcerer Battle, Sacred Mountain, pickup gacha, Determination of the Bloodline, pickup gacha, Don't Underestimate Me. Now, for these 2 gachas right here in particular, he's not the greatest. I wouldn't necessarily pull for him. She's actually a phenomenal character. I do recommend pulling for her if you're able, because she is a very, very good support. As you can see, double S tier for supports, so very good. But you don't have to pull for her because we do still have SR characters like this that anyone can get that you could use like in place of her. I guess not in place of her, they do kind of different things, but like, you know, you don't necessarily have to have her to get by, but she's pretty decent. And then as we scroll down a little bit more, 100 days since release campaign, another free summon. They give out quite a few free summons, you know, as you can see. A story event for Whom Does the Heart Cry? Pickup gacha for Whom Does the Heart Cry? So featuring Nobara. This Nobara is okay. I wouldn't call her super, super crazy, right? She's worth pulling for, but not like as good as some of those other characters. You can see where she places right here in S tier. She's about on the same level as Itadori. So you might want to potentially skip her. You might want to summon for her. But I think for this particular month where you're looking at the gachas, you probably want to summon for Nishimiya. She is going to be the main draw right here, the main character that you want to summon for in that month. Following that on month 5, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, month 5 into the game. We have the main story update for Chapter 11 now, and we have the Chapter 11 release campaign, Powerful Enemy Battle versus Hanami, and Pickup Gacha Desperate Struggle featuring Toto, and map event, Great Sorcerer Battle Dead Mall Edition, Pickup Gacha Sword option, where you're able to summon for Mekamaru. Mekamaru, not the craziest, right? For damage, he goes down here in A tier. This is actually a skip right there. Mekamaru, a lot of people love. I think they're gonna like him a lot. The SR version is actually pretty decent, but this version, just, he isn't it. Okay, so I would probably skip on that Mekamaru. He's not gonna be super helpful to you, but that does give you a time where you're able to kind of save and skip for this particular month. 5 million players achieved, another free summon. 5 million player paid gacha, featured SSR guaranteed, which allows you to summon as well. They have a bunch of like featured SSR summons that are like, you know, not like right here. This is a pickup gacha. It's not a new character, but they have other old future general pool characters in those banners that are like rated up. So that gives you a chance to pull for those characters if you didn't have them before, like Maki and Toto. So just keep that in mind. Going on to the next month, we have the story event, Aoi Toto's Passionate Baseball Career, Pickup Gacha Brothers, where you're actually able to pull this Toto right here. And as much as people love Toto, I'm just gonna tell you right now, he's kind of a joke. Kind of a joke. So there you go, C tier. You want to skip on this. You definitely want to skip on this. As much as people are gonna love Toto, you want to skip on that. Moving on. 5 million players achieved. You get another basically free summon. Powerful enemy versus Mahito. Phantom Metal Exchange, Pickup Gotcha, Cursed Energy Infusion, where you're able to summon this Itadori, and you're able to summon this Mahito. The Mahito is definitely much, much better than the Itadori, because if we find the Itadori in here and the Mahito is right here for S tier, and Itadori does not rank nearly as highly. I think he was support, yeah, support. So he's S tier. Oh, well, I guess they're about the same. They're both S tier. But really, I would say Mahito's like damage is going to be more essential to you, but they're probably both good in their own right, realistically. I honestly didn't get this Itadori, so I can't give you too much advice on that Itadori. I don't know on him. He might be okay. JP side of the game, didn't get him. Free to play, hard to say, but yeah, both decent characters, I guess, according to that tier list, so something worth pulling for. And then April 16th, we saw the PC version release campaign, SSR guaranteed ticket. However, I do believe that PC version is just for JP. I don't know if Global will get a PC version, but it is potentially possible, so that could be something to look forward to. We also had the map event Great Sorcerer Battle Dead Mall Edition 2, Pickup Gotcha Need Help, where you're able to get Panda, who is a fairly decent tank. If we go over to the tanks here, and look, he is an S tier tank, so he's fairly okay, kind of worth pulling for. And then as we go down a little bit more, you get this new Nanami. Nanami is actually fairly decent as well. I don't think that was the... Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, there we go. S tier. Nanami there. Just wanted to make sure I'm looking at the right one. So, fairly decent character. A lot of people love Nanami, so he would definitely be a character to pull for. It's really not too many bad releases. Like, Toto was probably the worst release of them all, but most of the SSR character releases have been fairly decent, right? We have a new future released Phantom Parade Pass, which probably won't be there at their launch of Global. It could be, I don't know, we'll have to see. That's basically like your battle pass though. Powerful enemy battle versus Jugo, however you say his name. Pickup Gotcha, Believe in Each Other. Map event, Great Sorcerer Battle Dead Mall Edition 3. Pickup Gotcha, Doctor's Pride. And these are just for residues, right? I don't know anything about these two particular residues, so I can't tell you if they are good or bad or worth summoning on, but just in general, most people probably want to summon for characters, so you're probably not going to be summoning on specifically residue banners. Then we have the half anniversary onwards, okay? So from the half anniversary onwards, we have May 2024. I don't know why it took us to August. But here's the half anniversary. Half anniversary gotcha ticket login bonus where you're able to summon for the school Gojo, who is insanely good. You get some free cursed crystals to summon with. New future released, referral codes as well. Main story update, chapter 12 officially comes out here. So it does take them a long time to come out with new chapters, but it is an original story. So keep that in mind, which a lot of people love. That's, I think, part of the reason it's so popular on JP. We have the memory quest, hidden inventory, premature death. Pickup Gotcha, hidden inventory, premature death. Half anniversary paid gotcha, featured SSR guaranteed character. Of course, being the Itadori and this Gojo, who's freaking broken that people love. So you're able to get not only this Gojo, the student Gojo, who is at the top of the tier list, you were also able to get this Gojo, who is at the top of the tier list. So needless to say, the half anniversary was very hype and very big. If we take a look here, Gojo, both up there, right? Both very good damage dealers. So it was a good time to be summoning for Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. And then as we go down a little bit more, we did have this guy right here, the Suguru Geto, to summon for as well. I don't actually remember where this guy placed. I don't think he placed all that well, but he might have. I don't know. I don't remember. I guess he did. Double S tier. He is a good support. I honestly never got this Geto, so I couldn't tell you if he's good or bad, but apparently according to the list, he is good. Oh, the life of a free-to-play on JP. But yeah, decent. Okay, interesting. Then we have the Pickup Gotcha, hidden inventory, premature death here with the Toji Fushiguro. Toji is crazy, man. He is absolutely crazy, and up here in double S tier as well. So there you go, man. I know a lot of people are going to want to summon for this guy, or at least I would. I don't know. Let me know which of these characters down in the comments are you most excited for, are you most looking forward to summoning for, but this guy looks absolutely insane. Then we got a new feature released, Dreamy Stairwell. This is like a tower climb type thing. It's not really, I don't know how else to describe it. It's literally a tower climb. That's what it is. The bosses get progressively harder as you climb. That's what it is. You get some stuff as you climb. It's not too complicated. Not, it just is what it is. Moving on, we get powerful enemy battle versus Esso and Kichuzi rerun. So there's the rerun. And then Pickup Gotcha, the worst match, agile body with a residue. New future released, Memory Stories. Then we get the map event Great Sorcerer Battle Art Museum Edition 1. Pickup Gacha, Tokyo Fukaku Exchange. I'm probably saying that all wrong, but more residues, right? So they did give us a little bit of cooldown period, essentially, after the anniversary and this Toji, where you don't have to necessarily summon right away. So that was nice to have that little bit of a cooldown. Then we had a memory quest, Hidden Inventory, Premature Death 2, with a like summer residue. And then down here we got the Miwa on the Pickup Gacha, a Sorcerer's Balance. I don't think, how did this Miwa place either? I don't even remember. Like, where did she end up? I don't think she was that great, but maybe I'm completely wrong. She's not in support. She's not in tank. Oh, she is tank. Okay, never mind. She placed really well. Holy crap! I didn't think she'd be that good. Okay. Once again, another another character I did not get, but like, yeah, Miwa, apparently very insane. And when she comes out, I will be going over her kit and stuff like that. Of course, I'll be pulling more on global than I was on JP, because then I won't be as free to play, of course. But yeah, so double S tier, so apparently a very good character to pull for. Oh man, so many good characters to pull for, just back to back to back. At least they gave you a little bit of a cooldown in between. This one's at the end of the month, and this one was at the beginning of the month, but this one was right after the half anniversary, which, you know, he was really good. Gojo's obviously insane. You had this guaranteed SSR. Oh my gosh, that's just a lot all right next to each other. Man, can they release some bad units? Holy moly. Then for the July month, about a month ago from the time of recording this video, we got the chapters 13 and 14 release. So they actually ramped up story release right there, which is not too bad. We got Powerful Enemy Battle versus Hanami rerun. We got the Pickup Gacha, the Determination Within the Bloodline rerun, of course. And then we got the Pickup Gacha Hearts Resolve, where you're able to get this character. I do believe this character is the original character, Saki Rindo. So another character you could potentially get. I don't even know. She placed double S tier as well for tank. So yeah, another character you're going to want to pull for. Holy moly. Okay, and then going down a little bit further, we get the story event, Principal's Tribulations. We get the Pickup Gacha, Principal's Tribulations, featuring the Principal, Yaga. And we did get an SR here. This is actually one of the first new SRs to release. I don't even know how to say his name. Yoshinobu, the Rockstar guy, however you say his name. But the Principal, I believe, was a decent support, right? Double S tier for the Principal. So another double S tier character to pull for. Oh man, they just released so many freaking good characters. And then in August, we got the Powerful Enemy Battle versus Mahito rerun. Pickup Gacha, Small Fry and Reverse Retribution, Incomplete Domain, rerun. So like a bunch of reruns whenever you see it. And this one doesn't even say rerun, but it's basically just a rerun. They combine two banners and it's a rerun. Okay, 6 million players achieved. Another 3,000 Cursed Crystals. Memory Quest, Hidden Inventory, Premature Death. Pickup Gacha, Hidden Inventory, Premature Death with the residue. So more reruns essentially, which is fine. We're happy with reruns. I actually just summoned on that rerun because I wanted to get this Gojo, because I did not get him, but he looks insane. But I still didn't get him, unfortunately. Map event, Great Sorcerer Battle, Art Museum Edition 3. Pickup Gacha, First Great Sorcerer skill. This banner is currently out right now with Nanami. Nanami is actually a fairly decent character, rated fairly highly right now within the game by the JP players. And he is an S tier right here on the wiki for damage, so might be worth pulling. Decently, at least. And that's pretty much where we are at right now in the timeline. So these banners, obviously, that you see right here that we've gone over since the half anniversary, you can expect quite a bit later. But for the game's release, going all the way back to the start here, we are not going to have a character release really at the start that is going to be important until we get into the second month of the game, where then you are able to pull for Yuta. Yuta is going to be the first very important character for you to pull for. The next most important character I'd say for you to pull for is going to be this Megumin. If you're able to, you don't necessarily need Geto. Geto, I feel like you could skip right there. He's not super important. And then in the third month, you could probably skip this Itadori, but then you are definitely going to want to pull on this Gojo. This Gojo is going to be freaking insane. Hollow Purple Gojo is going to be nuts. And then in the following month after that, oh man, you can pass on him. You're going to want to pull. You're definitely going to want to pull Nishimiya. She's really good. You can probably pass on Nobara. You don't need her as much, especially if you pull the General Pool one. The General Pool one is still good, I would say, as a damage dealer. You can pass on Mekamaru. You can probably... Well, let's see here. You can definitely pass on Toto, right? You can maybe toss some summons at this. They're both S tier, but if you're looking for double S tier characters, you can potentially skip on this as well. Just depends on how much, if you want to spend or not. But that's quite a bit of time to save right there from all these banners that we've been able to skip on, right? You could save on this one too. You don't necessarily need those characters. You don't necessarily need Panda. He's an S tier tank, but not double S tier, so you could potentially skip on him too. Same with Nanami, you could potentially skip on him. So anything that's not double S tier, you could skip on. Now, all of those characters, these two, Panda and Nanami, all S tier. I mean, all those characters you might want to pull for, but you could definitely skip on them if they're not double S tier, because you may just be looking for double S tier characters. And then your next double S tier character, it doesn't look like comes until the half anniversary, where you are going to be able to pull that new Gojo. So you're able to actually spend quite a bit of time saving if you are looking to be free to play on this game, which is pretty interesting. So hopefully this will help you guys out. Hopefully give you guys an idea of who you want to pull for, who you want to save for. Let me know what you guys are thinking you're going to do down in the comments. And if you have any questions, let me know as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.